Welcome back to the Quake Pro League. We are halfway through Week 13, the end of the regular season. I am 40 Lions, joined by the Anabolic Aimbot, a ZSX, and we are going to get into psygib and Effortless. Don't worry about the shades. I'm not biased at all. Dan, how do you feel about this one, psygib Effortless? I think you have a fun fact for us.
Well, you actually raised the fact to me, but yes, apparently
Effortless you throw me under the bus? Why would you do that?
This stage, which obviously doesn't bode well for him going into the finals. I honestly feel he's been playing better Quake this stage, but statistically, I'm clearly very wrong because he is not in a good position. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. I took a glance at the leaderboard and I happened to notice that he's only won a map. I didn't want you to bring it up on the stream, but I mean, to be fair, to equalize it on both regions, Garpy's only won 2. There, now we're even, everything's fine. But going into this one, yeah, I mean, there's even if Effortless wins this 6-0, there's really nothing he could do. He's set for relegation.
Poor guy.
He has been playing better, like you said. Mentality-wise, he has been stronger. He's been putting up more of a fight, but unfortunately, the numbers on the W's just aren't there on the leaderboard, Dan.
No, but he's also going against someone else who's not had the best stage as well, and you know that for I don't know what reason. In all honesty, he hasn't been wearing the shades. Maybe that's part of it, but yeah. We've been slightly disappointed from a psygib fan point of view. He's also had a tough stage himself. Again, doesn't feel like he's been playing bad Quake. I just definitely feel the rest of the NA scene, as we've talked about extensively, have taken a leg up. And these are the two guys that maybe haven't made as big of a jump.
Yeah, sitting in the 8th place spot, 2 and 6 currently. Whether it's the shade, the headband, or gum, I don't know what it is, but we will see exactly what shade of psygib we get today, either psygib or psygod. But going up against Effortless, I mean, it always comes down to the pick and ban phase, and we're going to see exactly what these players are going to bring to us today on this gorgeous Saturday for Quake. We got Awoken, Molten Falls, and we're going to round it out with a little bit of Veil. Dan, how do you feel about the champs?
Interesting picks from psygib. He's really favouring the Anarchy and the Light Champions in general. So once again, we see a Nyx, which has worked out in the past. Awoken's one of the better maps for Nyx in the pool. You can definitely play quite aggressive with Nyx if you play your cards right there. Against Strog, we've seen how powerful Strog can be on Awoken. Pretty standard meta pick from Effortless, so like that. Anarchy versus Slash, though. Feels like we're back in 2018. That's something we would have seen way back on some of the old maps, like a Blood Run or some Blood Covenant. So interesting. Both of them have good utility on that particular map. We've seen Slash from Jamis today have the highs and lows. Anarchy suffers from the same constraints, but you do have the Injector's get out jail free card. And it is psygib's preferred pick there. So interesting to see how that one plays out. And then going up on Veil, we've seen Death Knight a lot. I think the Death Knight's better pick on Veil than the Ranger. I think you have to maximize the use of the Orb there to really get the value of Ranger on Veil. So I'm slightly favoring psygib, but not a lot in it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think for me, it's hard to tell. I'm really looking forward to, as you mentioned, the Molten Falls matchup. Anarchy versus Slash. Hyper mobile champions, very light. Should be dashing around the map aggressively, but overall, I think I would slightly have to give this to psygib just based on the rough road that Effortless has had, unfortunately. I think it might be a 2-1. I don't necessarily think it's going to be a 3-0 for psygib because, again, psygib has had kind of cracks in the armor as well, but I don't know. If Effortless comes out swinging and goes 3-0, fantastic. But again, he's still set for relegation, unfortunately. So,
well, that would be a 300% increase on his map record, which would be pretty impressive. I mean, he let me down by not taking a map of Rafa, so I'm kind of pissed at him.
Get your punches in while you can. 70% prediction in favor of psygib right now and rising on Awoken, which again will be the first map, Nyx versus Strog. We'll see how it goes. Again, unfortunate for Effortless. I think, if anything, he can use this set to build confidence going into the Stage 3 finals. It's going to be the last official set, practice games aside. So want to end strong, even though it won't really change positioning on the leaderboards at all. It's still going to be a big momentum swing and a confidence boost going into the playoffs.
Are they female glasses?
I don't know. Does it matter? I think I look fantastic. Are you saying I don't look great? I think I look fabulous right here.
Everything you're lucky that's a subjective statement right
everything that's going on right here is magic, at least to me. That's what my mom always used to tell me anyway. But yeah, map number 1 awoken between psygib and Effortless shortly. I heard the ding. We should be getting out of here so you don't have to see this anymore, Dan. I know how much it upsets you, but the nicknames will keep coming, so you can't escape that. I'm sorry.
It's more what comes out your mouth that upsets me. It's the visual just adds to it.
That's fair. That's fine. I was going to say something, but this is a family show, so we won't go there. Anyways, I thought we'd be in the game by now. This is just awkward. Now we're just sitting here.
You've laid us up for failure.
Now it's just us.
Reset because of
alone with our sick thoughts. With the crowd. We're in there. Production's just teasing me now. They're just like, nah, let's make him sweat a little bit, which I do anyway, because these lights are very hot.
Yeah, I think the prediction is a little bit unfair towards Effortless in terms of the picks. It really depends on how psygib plays the next, but it's I like the Strog pick here. So if he plays it well, slightly favoring him.
All right, there we go. We're live on psygib. Sans glasses here. A little bit of damage from both players. Great rail on the jump across from psygib. Effortless already very weak and through the telly, and there's the ghost walk. That rail could have sealed it early. Effortless is playing with fire right now, still really weak.
Comes flying on through, not connected with any rockets from psygib's point of view. Misses the rail as well. Mega's just sitting there, and he does try and jump across, but this is getting awkward as he manages to get out, but now psygib hits another rail and will finish off his opponent with relative ease, all things considered. So an interesting start for both these players. The Ghost Walk's not up as well, so he might be a little bit hesitant to push on through aggressively. Also doesn't have any rockets, so needs to restack, and there's the armor.
Rocket around the corner, just missing out there. psygib does have the Ghost Walk, and there's the aggressive play. A little bit early for the Mega, but he just wants the damage, and he does spring the trap on Effortless, and he gets the frag. Well played to psygib. Didn't even need the timing. He just wanted to pop in and say hello. 2 up early, and Effortless clapping back. There's the peeker. psygib deals with it, needs one more shotgun blast. Effortless will tank it on his own. But a decent start from psygib here is Effortless trying to fight his way back and get in on a major, but psygib is just too quick on this heavy drop.
Completely free pickup as Effortless is already set up for the Mega, but psygib's got more than enough time to go on through. Effortless does wander out, but into a hailstorm of Tri-Bolt and a rail to boot, so completely nullifying the pickup and leaves him stranded over in the rail room.
Rocket jump up to deny the mid shard here, and wow, he threads the needle on that rail. Beautiful shot by psygib, and Effortless down to 75 HP after a health bubble pickup, but playing with fire again. Effortless just trying to get little chip damage and run away, but he's not even landing the damage and just putting himself in danger. There's one good rail, but now he's stuck. Hits with another one. The Ghost Walk does pop. Still Effortless, still super weak, railable. Just out of rail range, actually. 91 HP.
Waiting around for this item. He knows the timing, but he's been bounced off it, and all of that waiting and hiding is for naught once again, as mistimed it ever so slightly, and psygib more than ready to capitalize upon that little bit of a mistake. He's going to push it through aggressively. He knows he's got psygib weak, but he just backs onto the Mega. And Effortless,
I think that was the sign of, okay, maybe it's happening. Maybe the tilting is starting. He took his hands off the keyboard for a little bit there. psygib,
not 2.5 minutes in, please.
Almost adding another one, and he does. Shotgun. 6-0. 3 minutes in, as you mentioned. It's too early for this, Effortless, please. Still plenty of time to battle back. He is going to have to bait the Ghost Walk out and then try and take a fight. Oh, not all that LG. psygib. Just big damage coming out of psygib. I mean, the man hits like a truck. That's no surprise. Ooh, good rocket there. Nice prediction there from Effortless. Good rail. This
nice.
Big opportunity here. Ghost Walk, can he make the right decision? Heavy will go away, but this should be a layup, and Effortless. Very patient, very calm. Does get that frag, but still 2 HP after everything is said and done. susceptible to getting refragged,
Yeah.
but I think the pathing looks okay to stay alive, Dan.
He made hard work of the frag, and
Oh
now
my
we have
God.
to give up the mega because of it. Just landing on the 3 tri-bolts and yeah, getting frustrated by the tri-bolt spam. It looks like great rail though onto psygib, who's pretty low himself, and he gets exploded just before the heavy. So we do have a little bit of a comeback now as Effortless is stabilized. There's no Ghost Walk up until now, so psygib can retreat and be a bit more aggressive.
Stopwatch.
Another clean mega this time for Effortless. Ooh, and a good rail on the way out too. As now psygib has to wait patiently in the mid ground, just trying to play patient, stay away, but here comes the strong big rocket. A psygib does just enough to make Effortless stop the chase, but Effortless wisely has timing on the heavy and goes to rotate back and make sure he grabs that. Wants to maintain control of the items. That's going to be the key to getting back to this, as he's down by 4. But looking better. He hasn't let the situation break him, and that's huge, and that's kind of been the story of Effortless. As we said before, he's playing a lot better, more mental clarity, more mental toughness, big rockets as well. There's the Ghost Walk. Peak comes out, but if you can't see him, you can't hurt him, and the LG isn't going to be enough. No, the tribal.
So really good stabilization by Effortless now. He's got back into it. He's caught psygib off guard a few times without the Ghost Walk up, and this is the challenge of Nyx. If you don't manage to play safe without the Ghost Walk up, you can get punished. A couple of clean frags now. Effortless picking up subsequent items for free. Momentum is really in his corner.
Really good rail. And the Ghost Walk forced out again, so Effortless is doing a great job of doing the damage, forcing the Ghost Walk out early, and being able to follow up, and now the peeker, but actually gets taken out, and he's going to drop down. Can he get the frag? Big damage from psygib! He just made the impossible happen!
Oh man, but he is now without a Ghost Walk again, and with no items to his name, so Effortless can keep the pressure on and keep it on hard. He should have a good idea that the Ghost Walk is down. He's just trying to find his opponent. But psygib's done good to back off to the mid ground. He's also in a strong position with the items he's picked up in the interim to pressure this mega. Is forced into the Ghost Walk after a good rail by Effortless. The momentum, as I just said, is really in Effortless's corner still. Yes, psygib's got a couple of frags, perhaps that maybe he didn't deserve, but you can see Effortless wanted to take the initiative. He's just walking into these direct rockets from psygib, who actually wants to take the initiative. How?
Threading the needle, Dan. It's picture perfect for psygib right now. What a rail. Big tri-bolt hits him with the Tripoli. A little bit of a tickle as well, and Effortless just taking damage from everywhere. But the jump pad, oh, he still makes it work because of the mega pickup. No, Effortless has to be so just soul crushed right now. And the 2 rails back to back, he can't even escape past the corner. psygib, an animal right now.
Yeah. It really felt that psygib's had a number of frags that Effortless would have thought were undeserved, but full credit to psygib for the execution, but also slightly misstepping from Effortless' point of view, just exposing himself. And with the prediction rails, the tri-bot in particular has been juicy from psygib, and you can see, even trying to push it now when he's got nothing to work with, he's having to be careful. He's delayed by the spam.
Just bonkers play from psygib. Getting away with murder, Dan. So again, more tri-bolt. Good retaliation rocket. There's the peeker, and okay, Effortless with the conversion. Less than 2 minutes, 4 frags. I like this. Good rotation on the mega, does take some damage, but it was pre-pickup, so he should be okay. What's important here is psygib has Ghost Walk in his pocket now, and time is on his side.
Yes, and obviously he has a Ghost Walk, so as long as he doesn't have to force it out, he should be absolutely fine. As I say that, he literally just walks into a lightning gun and uses it immediately. Gets caught up top, but he's in a strong defensive position, so Effortless cannot push in. He just needs to play the items. Yes, he wants to keep pushing his opponent, but he also needs to keep control of the map and not walk into the spam. He has to get a frag here, and he has to get it now. And it's not going to happen, and that will be GG as, once again, he can't even track down the Nyx.
Let's see the frustration from Effortless. psygib missing with that rail. Effortless trying to thread the needle through the murder hole. No dice, but 5 frags down, less than a minute. It's going to be maybe some consolation frags on the way out. Maybe not even that if psygib really wants to. Okay, straight to the face, and that'll do it. Never mind. When worlds collide.
Still not enough time against the Nyx, but kept it close, all things considered. It looked a little bit dire after the first few minutes when, as you said, approaching tilt territory, but he stabilized, brought it back to a respectable scoreline, but unfortunately not the map again.
Okay, big rockets there. Maybe some magic? No, probably not.
Now.
I think that Effortless just didn't want it. He wanted it to go through, but if you go through the TP, you get tally. I don't know. I don't know what it was, Dan, but I know that 12-8 is going to be the final score, and psygib's going to tape map number 1 pretty convincingly. Effortless had some moments there, but still not enough, unfortunately, for him. So psygib goes up 1 in the series.
Yeah, some pretty nice plays from psygib. Again, I like it when people use the Nyx aggressively, and it was a good balance from psygib's point of view. The defensive spam was on point, though. The use of the prediction rockets and the tri-ball, that was the killer blows for Effortless in a lot of these situations. When he felt he had the initiative, he was just running into non-stop damage from psygib point of view. So, again, that's not something we often associate psygib with, so extremely well played from that perspective.
Really, really good. And I believe there was a drop next to the drive-through window where Effortless had him dead to rights, but he dropped, and psygib just made the most miracle frag happen. I think this was even it right here, as he's just dodging everything, survives with 7 HP, and that could have been big. And I think, yeah, Effortless is just like, what more can I do?
Gotta love the Effortless reaction cam highlight reel. There it is.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Bringing it out for the YouTubes.
Somebody's going to make a highlight reel of it, I'm sure. But as we take a look at the stats from map number 1, 12-8, big damage from psygib. Fairly consistent stat across the board. I mean, it's a little bit harder to rail a Nyx, but Effortless putting up 52%, not bad. I don't think that's where he failed. Where do you think the flub was for Effortless in terms of where it all went wrong, Dan?
Just overexposing himself on some of these pushes. I think you have to credit psygib for the execution in some of these fights, but also it did feel that Effortless was not as careful as he needs to be in this approach play. So when he was running in, just eating the spam, eating the rockets, just could be a bit more careful in that regard. Apart from that, it was decently well played. He gave away too many frags in the early game for free, unreturned, and from there on out, it was uphill challenge really, where he was chasing the game.
So going into map number 2, we're going to go into Molten Falls. It's going to be Anarchy versus Slash. psygib has the Anarchy, Slash for Effortless. In terms of strategy for Effortless to try and get back into this, I mean, different ball game entirely based on the champs in the map, but how do you think he has to play to try and bag this map away and put one in his pocket and double his success rate?
Doubling his success rate, then...
Look, you said it first. I'm confirming the facts to the chat. I'm just relaying the information.
He's playing the Slash, so he needs to play like Dramus did for the kind of final 5 minutes against I can't remember who he just played, Nosfer, whereby it's keeping the aggression on but making sure you're doing it in a managed style. Play fast, play aggressive, getting that Anarchy's face. We've seen the power of, when Raze's done it in the past, the power of the super shotgun to shut down your opponents. Obviously just be wary of meeting in choke points, but because you're coming up against a light champion as well, it's not as messy, and I don't believe psygib will want to play around that. It's just he has the inject to work with, which is obviously the bigger challenge for Effortless, and the rail is always going to be key for both these players.
So the predictions, quick glance, 68% firmly believe psygib will take this and go up 2-0 in the series, but I think Effortless has something in him, Dan. I believe. This could be the one, especially on a Slash. He's very, very good with Slash. Maybe not exactly to the level of Dramus, but a strong second in the Americas, I believe. But it all comes down to just not, like you said, not tilting more than anything, keeping your head in the game and playing that sound kind of slow, methodical game until he has control.
And we've seen in the past, this particular matchup, the Anarchy has struggled because the strength of the Anarchy is generally the speed and air control, but the Slash is faster, which can shut down a lot of that benefit that the Anarchy brings. So if Effortless can abuse that fact, as he has done here and caught Anarchy off guard, that's where it's going to pay the most amount of dividends.
And a huge first frag, and big damage right off the spawn as well. So Effortless coming out the gate strong, and psygib hits him with the Matumbo finger. Says, no, don't chase this. Huge defensive rocket coming out of psygib. Absolutely immense.
Yeah, it's the story of the day for psygib at the moment. Has to keep that going if Effortless is going to continue with the aggression. Scooting on around, he does have time to get in and do some damage. At least psygib's already there to try and pick it up. But Effortless going in, it doesn't actually need to drop, I think, but he has to recover. Lovely rail though. Psygib's going to go up and finish him off.
1-1. psygib making the plays, tying it up. Just, oh, wow, what a rail.
Okay.
And another one. Another one. I don't know if it's going to get to the levels of Maxter, almost, as Effortless drops down to snag away that Mega. And psygib, as the Anarchy with the inject, you can play more towards the heavy side of the map, because again, you have the pocket injection for the Mega. But as you get more and more control, you can start pushing out and denying even the Mega, and that's when you know it's just bad news bears.
You see him preemptively popping the inject there. It's just as a precaution because he knows
Oh my!
Slash is... No!
He did him a favor, Dan.
No matter what.
He did him a favor.
Oh, yeah.
He was going to go visit Rafa down there, but no, psygib said no. Does have the inject around the corner. 73 HP, and it looks like he's going to get out of there alive as he drops down to swipe the heavy. Big damage coming out from both players.
Already a little bit of frustration from Effortless. He just needs to keep calm and carry on because it's still well in this game and he's being chased down here and might give up a frag, and it is a clean frag at that. But I'm not entirely sure what the root of frustration is at this point because it felt like he had a decent start, but psygib's just playing around the aggression and mistakes that Effortless is bringing at this point.
Big jump across there, not landing the damage he wants. The rockets just... Oh my god! Okay, so psygib's rockets are pixel perfect. Effortless can't really land the ones that he needs, but psygib is just keeping it chunky noodle soup with his rockets.
Bro, if he just put on shades right then, I would have lost it.
That would be perfect.
That would be perfect.
But maybe that's a sign that we still haven't even seen the final evolution of psygib yet. He's not quite there yet, Dan, and that's terrifying because he's already playing so well. The rockets are just absolutely insane, and we're only 3 minutes in.
And Effortless has decided just to turtle up at this point, maybe fearing... What?
Oh no. Oh no. Not like this, Dan. Moment of silence. 3:30 in, 6-1. Big work ahead for Effortless if he's going to try and claw his way back into this one, as psygib is just taking full control. This could be it here. psygib gets a little bit too cute, almost hits that rail. A little overconfident here from psygib. As Effortless will just give up position on the Mega and nothing matters.
God, he didn't even get the Mega 40.
It's going to be okay, Dan. We're going to get through this together as Effortless still has 6 more minutes to make amends with himself. He went for... Oh.
Yep. He really enjoys those full rockets today.
There's something about him. When you bite into him, it's just like a fresh apple. I don't know what it is, but Effortless will get melted again as psygib, the mechanics really shining through right now. psygib, again, we've all talked about it. The man can hit like a truck. Like, it's absurd. Especially when you're having a light champion, you have to be extremely careful, and Effortless he can't hit the damage he needs, and he's just taking all of these fights that he shouldn't. That should have been some free damage, unfortunately, for Effortless, but he won't land it. Good defensive rail. Is psygib going to give him another shot? He will, but Effortless is already gone, trying to position for the Mega. Nope, never mind. He wants some more rockets, but the LG...
another full one.
The LG does win out this time. So, okay, I thought that rail was going to take him out, but Effortless Now starting to sustain just a little bit. Stabilize maybe at the 5-minute mark. 7 frags down. It's going to take a lot, Dan.
It is going to take a lot, and you saw the predictability right there. psygib just waited for the push and nearly made it happen as well. Luckily, Effortless did get a frag on the board, bring it back to 9-2, and we have seen this exact situation in the previous series where Dramus was down by a similar scoreline and brought it back to nearly winning the series, or winning the map, shall I say. So, you know, theoretically it's possible. In reality, we'll have to see.
Effortless pushing in aggressively through the choke point, just clipping the wall with the rail, and both players will miss with the rail, but Effortless, why? What? Oh no, he had rail out, he got up close and personal, couldn't hit the shotgun rail. psygib tickles him 10-2. And dare I say that Effortless might be a little, his spirit might be a little broken, Dan.
You don't say. But he's come back for more with the lightning gun, and psygib just waits around and is more than happy to take the fight. 11-2. I mean, my theory of comeback is slipping away very drastically. And once again, he's trying to take a fight with no stack, and it's not going to work as he misses the conversion rail, the desperation rail. Comes flying in here with a rocket. Nothing connecting so far. psygib's just going to stand his ground with the lightning gun, though, and probably extend his lead at some point very soon.
And it looks like Effortless, I mean, the pressure's on. He's got to make a play. He's down 10 with less than 4 minutes, but overall the feeling I'm getting is that he's just at peace with being in the relegation matches, and he's going to try and not even in a I'm not trying to be horrible, Dan. I'm just saying.
I mean, when you have one map all season, you're pretty much at peace with
your
losing.
words, not mine. All I was saying is that I feel like he's going to practice. He's going to reset mentally going into the relegation to keep his spot. Everything you said is horrible. How dare you?
I mean, when he plays like this, playing against him is effortless. So at least he lives up to his name in some regard.
Roof. But based on the stats, I believe, and things could change, so keep an eye out, please, but I believe he will be facing Waz. Waz will have his promotion game against Effortless, being the first seed on the Americas side, which I believe will leave Davis to be playing Sib on the Americas side as well, since Davis was the 2 seed. But things can change and rearrange, so please keep it locked on quake.pglesports.com for all the stats, especially after today, once everything gets finalized. As Effortless just painting the ceiling right now, as this looks to be psygib's Sistine Chapel, 13-2, a work of art, really. Thanks, I've been working on
Nice. Scripted, but nice. And
ooh, okay, there we go. Effortless on the board. He's got it. He's got rockets, Dan. He's got them.
You understand why there is frustration, right? Being at
of course
0-8, moving on to 0-9 very shortly. Because we have credited him with playing a lot more stable this season, and now obviously we're at the point where he is confirmed relegation. So this map really doesn't mean anything. So you can understand why he's clocking out when psygib has hit a lot of dodgy shots throughout both of these maps, which, you know, Effortless will feel, you know, quite frustrated by. So he's going to come a lot quicker than it would have done in previous sets, but yeah, it's not nice to be in this situation in Effortless issues either.
No, I completely agree with the frustration. I don't know what that means. I'm sure chat didn't see that because of the webcams, but I don't know what to make of that one, Dan, but
I'm not in the server, so I didn't actually get to see.
oh, good. We can talk about it later.
Cool.
LG on LG, and almost pulls this one out. There's the inject. Rocket around the corner will send him through the telly, and can Effortless grab one more, potentially 2 on the way out. We are going to have a third map, but again, the frustration and just kind of being at peace with the situation at hand, maybe playing into this a little more. And it's easy to sit here and judge Effortless, but I remind everyone in the chat that this is a professional league where, you know, unfortunately with this level of competition, somebody's got to lose. It's just unfortunate that it seems to be Effortless some of the time, most of the time. But I mean, everybody has the leaderboards.
Well,
the leaderboards have a top and a bottom, Dan. Okay, somebody has to be down at the bottom, and Effortless takes out Effortless. psygib just uses the
He's
inject.
a survivor. He stays in the league.
Look, he gets knocked down, but he gets up again. Okay,
He's the Bear Grylls of Quake.
we're never going to keep him down. He takes a rocket shot. He takes a rail shot. All right. So 50.
Psygib literally doesn't show any emotion though. Oh no.
Well, that's all she wrote for map number 2. Molten Falls is in the back. psygib has taken the series 2-0 rather easily. But we do have a map number 3.
It wasn't the best map. Map 1 was better. But yeah, I think he clocked out very early on in that game, and it did show. It was a good start, and then it wasn't a good rest of the map as psygib took control, and Effortless didn't really have an answer. He tried to go aggressive, he tried to push and force close combat, and you see this is what happens. It was just a little bit predictable at times. And, you know, if that rocket missed, Effortless gets a frag and he feels a lot better about the situation. But unfortunately, time and time again, like that,
these
rockets.
And that's the perfect
miss.
reaction from both players. That's exactly what should happen. If you're on the receiving end or the giving end, you know, give or take. But yeah, psygib's rockets have been absolutely mental all series.
Yeah, and that's incredibly frustrating for Effortless, who wants to play a certain way, and it's just not working because his opponent is just hitting shots he doesn't think he should be hitting, and he himself, I know 700 damage rail is pretty low, just not connecting with the type of shots on the consistent level that you would expect.
But the overall damage, I mean, all things considered, pretty even. So again, it's not like Effortless can't hit and can't aim. It's just a battle of item control, positioning, stuff like that. And yeah, again, we hope that during the break he can kind of realign himself and get himself ready for the relegation match. Again, I am saying that it's going to be against Waz. It could change, but it looks like Waz versus Effortless and Davis versus Sib on the America side is going to be the relegation/promotion games that we will see in the Stage 3 finals.
And there is a real chance that we could see both these players going out, because both Waz and Davis are highly established, good duelers who are, you know, making a strong comeback in the duel scene. So they have to pick it up. If he plays like that, obviously he will go home. So he will have to have some reflection for that set.
I agree. And real quick, since we're on the topic of Davis, I actually watched some practice games where he was playing Cypher. He took a map off Cypher, and that's pretty impressive to me. Especially that was, I think, his first time getting reps against Cypher. So kept some of them close, got blowed out in some of them. That's fine, but you know, he took one, so that's huge, and that's something to watch out for. But what we're going to watch for right now is Veil, map number 3 between these two, psygib and Effortless. Again, hopefully it's a matter of confidence and maybe building some momentum going into practice games and Stage 3 finals for Effortless. For psygib, he seems to be on point, hitting everything, staying cool, calm, and collected. We hope to see the shades, but who knows nowadays? Maybe he's saving them for the playoffs. I don't know what the ritual is, but he's on point right now, and his rockets are just out of this world.
Yeah, and that's been really the story of this set, is just the rockets from psygib. And it's not something we really talk about. Normally we talk about his hit scan, his rail, his landing gun. But every time Effortless makes a push, he gets hit with some bullshit rockets that fly him up into the air somewhere, and he gets mad. And I'm not surprised. I would be very mad as well if I was running into rocket after rocket.
Yeah, I'm just hearing the FCC in my earphones. Cha-ching! Fines. That's okay. It's all right. I mean,
it's Saturday. This is the show.
That's true. Saturday morning cartoons with your favorite 40 and CSX. It's pretty bonkers. There's not a lot you could do with air rockets like that. Getting hit with stuff like that is just, it puts a damper on your day. But map number 3 on the way. We will see if Effortless can clap back and get one map on the way out. And then again, just during the weeks off, recenter himself, get some practice games in, and hope to have a better showing during the relegation promotion games that we'll see during the Stage 3 finals.
Yep, and that's what we said before. He's been in this position before, and he's come out on top a number of times. So one would expect that when we go into that tournament, he should be in a good space, and he will need to be, because Waz, if it is Waz, he's also a very good player. Absolutely.
Live map number 3 shortly here on Veil. And again, it will be DK for psygib, Ranger for Effortless. And we're live, Dan, on map number 3. psygib working on a potential 3-0.
We have seen prediction points. Okay, interesting. Sway very heavily in the realm of psygib, and I'm not surprised. And I'm not entirely sure what happened off the bat there, but Effortless is making it work. He's going to get a frag. So, you know, the standstill confusion tactic, it works.
We call it the Statue of Liberty play here, Dan. As Effortless trying to get the last piece, and he can't do it. psygib claps back with the machine gun, but he's still very, very weak.
Very weak, no items for him to pick up. He manages to worm his way out into this railgun room, pick up some health and armor, but he's still living on the edge. Actually misses one of the healths as he goes off on his journey. But there's a big split between the major items. F is sticking around. He knows that psygib wants his rocket, so he wants to set a trap, but psygib is too smart for that play. Realizing it, F now does back off onto the Mega.
Through the fire and flames as Effortless ticking away, but he's able to get that frag. More importantly, the bubble was still available. psygib wasn't able to deny it on the way out. That could have added to the tick damage, and the rail just missing out for Effortless.
Nice rail from below. Still should know the timing. So rocket jumps up and converts. That was smooth.
Nice play there using that passive. Again, the rocket jumps for Ranger not doing max damage to yourself. You get damage reduction, so why not get a little crazy with the rocket jumps as he's positioning well on the heavy and unfortunately gets LG'd back. psygib, so he won't be able to make it.
Yeah, and I did say in the intro, you have to really push range into the limit on a map like Veil to get the full utility of what he brings, and that's what F is doing at the moment. Good use of the orb, the rocket jump. I mean, that's a little bit too ballsy to go straight into a fully stacked psygib, but you see the thought process there. He's using every single aspect of the Ranger consistently, and if you can do that, you're raising the tempo, forcing psygib into these uncomfortable situations. And that's partly why we see a lead already, but what a rail that was as he jumps across.
And you could tell Effortless was like, what? You hit that? From his point of view, he literally stopped and just stared, and fantastic rail from psygib there.
psygib has had virtually nothing to work with already in this game. Effortless is rotating the items beautifully, but as we saw in the previous maps, he's also taking mountains of damage every time he pushes in. He busts up the orb there for no return. He rocket jumps up into the Death Knight. No, not the play.
Just brutal. Good cut off there, psygib, and now the LG. Effortless with a great rail going up the jump pad, maybe for a little bit more, going over, maybe the third. Oh, big rockets as Effortless went all in with the rail. And I think we're going to see nothing but maybe more Hail Mary plays from Effortless here, but psygib shut that one down.
Yeah, now we've seen him on the aggression. Oh, nice, actually. He managed to get the frag there. Perfect tracking. I was going to say, how can he play on the defense? But he just goes all in and makes it pay this time. psygib has the flame strike, though, and look at the pain. Instantly, you can just turn a fight on its head. Purely the use of one ability in that crowded area.
Doing psygib using that little ledge. We don't see a lot of people hop on that perch. It actually caught Effortless off guard a little bit on the follow-up damage. So still in the lead by one, but Effortless has a nice stack to work with. The next heavy could be key. Here's Effortless trying to melt from the top level, and he does. Good LG there from Effortless.
Yeah, he's really forcing the issue in a lot of these fights. The nature of Veil is that he can get in, unlike on the previous map. So he's close to combat, and that's favoring him at this moment, but he's still
hit him with the orb.
Keeping the game close.
Yeah. Gave everyone in chat the throwback to the Dewey days right there with the Dire Orb as Effortless takes the lead 6-5. Ooh, psygib missing with some rails. Does have an opportunity for maybe one more, and then a flame strike. Hits two. Almost hits three in a row there. But that evens it up even after the heavy pickup.
Yeah, but it's just another one of those situations where we can see that F is in control and playing well, but almost just a little bit careless in his approach. Just took two rails to get that heavy. So needs to work out ways to try and manage the output from psygib and not overexpose himself. He's just taking this full-on, full committal fight, and yes, he wins it, but now he's extremely low. Fortunately, he doesn't get railed, but he's on the back foot.
psygib, oh, and he gets hit with it again! Effortless. Using that Dire Orb well, taking the 3 frag lead now as we're just over the halfway mark, and psygib has a rail, wants the LG, there's the flame strike, and again, oh my god, Effortless with the telefrag this time. Okay, not bad at all, Effortless, not bad at all. So what, does that make 4 telefrags in total? 3 shubs and 1 just teleplay?
I think so. He's really early for this, but psygib hasn't got the stack to contest it. He's stuck. He's just raining down pain with the rockets, but he's making it work. Oh no, how does that happen?
I don't know, but amazing tracking from psygib there as he's able to take that one, and he gets through the telly without taking any damage. Big rail there from psygib as well, as Effortless is stuck on the low ground and stuck with low HP. Does have Dire Orb, might Dire Orb up to the heavy machine gun, but it's a matter of if the pressure goes on, and it does, and he actually makes his escape. Not a bad play there from Effortless, just waiting, making sure that psygib commits so he can escape.
First time this map, I think that psygib's had full control, particularly if he gets his next heavy, so there's a big question now of how Effortless can handle this, what pressure psygib can bring. Great use of the TP. Effortless, for some reason, decides it's a good idea to try and steal away, but psygib is more than ready for that, and he just got pinned. 2 frags on Veil is literally nothing. There's still so much time left, so Effortless now needs to try and get some longer range damage onto psygib, because the full committal tactics he's been using are not going to work against a fully stacked Death Knight, particularly with a Flame Strike.
Big rocket there. There's a Dire Orb to escape again. I really like that play from Effortless. He has to be careful though. Preemptive Flame Strike. He's going to jump over and take that damage. Is it going to add up to a frag? psygib just every which way. Rockets on either side of the churro, and he powders in some sugar with the machine gun to take that frag. 8 to 9, Dan, as psygib is just cooking up a feast right now.
Effortless gets the frag, but again he comes up pretty low. The Mega's there, but there's not a lot else to work with, and there's 8 seconds before the heavy, so psygib will and should have timing. Pressing in, great rail by Effortless, but eating one on himself. Lovely use of the telly. And that was clean as well. So here we go, he's beginning to stabilize.
740 have passed. He's waiting, just trying to line up some damage here. Doesn't have rockets, needs them. He's going to be able to get him. psygib just lying in wait right above, but won't get any damage. So clean rockets from Effortless. But he doesn't have a lot of LG, so he needs to be really careful if he tries to take like a mid-range fight. It's going to be all rockets. Potentially danger zone rail here. There's the Dire Orb, just a little bit of misdirection. Effortless on the back foot now. Oh no!
No!
Oh, he was so close. He just grazed the heavy, but unfortunately didn't claim it. And psygib now, big opportunity. He is very weak on the HP side of things. But with less than 2 minutes, ooh, that vertical rail. It was just beautiful, Dan.
Yeah, he's in a little bit of trouble here, as he's eating lots of damage from the low ground. And psygib gets away. Big item coming up for Effortless now, moving towards the 1 minute to go mark. Lovely drop down, catching psygib off guard, but the Flame Strike's there to force Effortless away. He does get the item this time and gets melted, so 3 frag buffer with just over a minute to go. Prime position to see out the map.
That's exactly what you want to see. This is going to be the test for Effortless. Can he just finish out this game? Nice rail, good distraction as well, as psygib is just trying to thread these rockets, and he can't.
Lovely.
Fantastic rail from Effortless.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed the way he's played the range of this map. I said it's difficult to pull off, and the Death Knight is an easier execution, but the distraction orbs, the conversion with the orbs, the rocket jumping, although sometimes questionable, has also been impactful.
And that read from Effortless was really good, just the timing was just slightly off. He would have gotten big damage, but instead psygib gets big damage and melts him with the Flame Strike. 2 frags, 30 seconds. This is still danger zone.
A little bit cocky to stand off the Mega for so long, and now he's made it pay. As you say, there's still time. He's just going to be hiding and turtling at this point. He hears him, but can he catch him? He's working his way around the map. He's found him by the TP, but it might be too late. Even if he gets a frag now, great rail by Effortless, and psygib will have to concede and say GG. Effortless, I mean, again, you have to give him credit. It was pretty miserable, particularly second game. Again,
Did you see what psygib wrote?
No, I'm not in the game. What did he say?
He said, "I let you win." Oh God. Just a little parting gift for Effortless. But look, he did it, Dan. I think what you were saying is, you know, it's easy to just kind of lay down and die, but Effortless didn't do that. Anyways, I think that's what you were saying as I cut you off rudely.
Twitch chat in shambles now.
Yeah, I didn't even realize. Yeah, the marketplace. Those predictions.
Yeah.
Always bet or always predict the under. What did I
Oh.
say? What did I say? As Effortless able to put up another map this stage and hopefully give himself a little bit of a confidence boost. Some momentum, Dan, going into the Stage 3 playoffs.
Yeah, it wasn't the prettiest of games. Again, it was riddled with small mistakes that will matter at the highest level, but again, execution was definitely better from Effortless, and the use of the Ranger was really good. It's just he needs to pull that together, string that consistency more, and just play a slightly simpler game. And Waz will test him. So, you know, wish Effortless luck going into that matchup.
Yeah, as we take a look at the highlights from Vale. Again, assuming nothing switches and shifts too much, it's going to be Waz versus Effortless on the America side and Davis versus Sib for the relegation/promotion matches. As we take a look at the stats, 13-11, Effortless taking that one. Massively outdamaged, but the items firmly in his grasp. So he played the map, he played the items, and he walked away with a map victory, and that's what we wanted to see for Effortless.
The control of the map was much better. You can see the item control there. That's what really pushed him over the edge, considering it was such a close scoreline. So really well played, and again, just to recover from the tilt of the previous match and recover from mistakes even in this set, because again, he was tested by psygib. There were some moments where he would have been happy, and he got out damaged. So it showed he had to be a more controlled Effortless than we saw in games 1 and 2.
Yeah, and the way that he played the Ranger, as you mentioned before, being able to get that initial damage and just finishing off with the Dire Orbs to seal it, really well done. Good implementation of that Dire Orb usage, and also just the rocket jumping to deny and also catch psygib off guard. We saw one of the frags was just a vertical rocket jump straight into a rocket in his pocket. And sometimes you just gotta be a little crazy, Dan. Sometimes you gotta be a little crazy. But psygib still takes the set firmly 2-1, but Effortless gets a map going into the Stage 3 final, so that's going to be big for him. And we still have 2 big sets left, Dan. We're going to bring in Papa Wheat shortly here, but 2 featured matches to go. And yeah, it's been a long, nice Saturday of Quake. But how do you feel about a break? I could use a break. I feel like you could use a break. You look like you need a break. There's probably protein or chicken somewhere in your kitchen.
Thank you.
Just go ahead. Oh, handsome as always. I'm just saying you look like you need more creatine. Anyways, production now. Yeah, let's have a quick break. We'll meet you back here in a little bit.